Sanderson will lead out over Damien Tanti, the big Commodore. She's got a whole heap of weight in her. And look at Shark, just sets his line up nicely there, holds the angle as well. But the transition, what will it do as it comes back? He's very shallow there, and Damien Tanti just holding back a bit. He needs to close that proximity up.
Yeah, Damien's just giving himself a bit of space here. I think he knows he's got the quicker and more nimble car, so he's waiting. Hopefully we're going to see him right up on the door here. Damien really coming through, and Jacques just overcooking it into.
Let's get back into it with Matthew Hill and Andy Worth doing the chasing in the Toyota.
Yeah, as they come down into the judging section here, Andy giving away an early lead there to Matthew Hill, both coming through. And as we switch back to this outside clip, this is the crucial point for the judges that really tripped out a lot of cars. You can see neither of them went to the outside of the track there, giving away easy points.
Maintains that angle through the entire drift. This time though, Jordan Sanderson will take the lead, and when you set your own pace in these cars, sometimes you're just a little bit more comfortable out there. Let's see how Sanderson goes. Throws in the first corner really nicely. It's a transition here, gets it done. Winds on a bit of angle, but Sanderson's right in front, and Ratcliffe gets up on the door there to finish off the drift, and Ratcliffe damage on board though. Can he put a run together in this one? Matt Harvey just leaving a little bit of distance now. Doesn't want to get too close. He has a big advantage, and as Damien Cook goes off onto the dirt, that's another advantage there to Matt Harvey. And again, you see that he is so struggling with the setup of this car after they've tried to put it back together. The Zoo Performance team have been working furiously in the pits to see if they can just get this car to some sort of competitive point there. Drops another wheel.
It's the Gizzies off to the Final Four. Big scalp.
D1NZ number 1, Darren Kelly, up against our current championship leader in the Trans-Tasman Drifting Championship, Rob Arbolino, driving the Matux Racing S14, and actually coming into this championship as a bit of a sub for one of his teammates, Jabbit, who had a bit of bad luck down at Winton, and looks like he's doing.
Here we go, they're going to lead out, and of course it's going to be Patrick Barley this time in the Corvette. Going to take off, and Mickey Moo's going to have to try and stick to the back of his door. It's very quick, that Corvette of Patrick Barley. They'll look at him throw it in. He was our number 1 qualifier, but a little bit of a straighten there with the front wheels, and Mickey's gone wide there just in the end. You can see him go out. They'll push through this middle section there, and you did what the judges did want them to go out a little bit there and leave some room. And Patrick Barley, though, with the grip in this car, is just starting to drive away. Mickey Moo, all the power in the world of the Jaguar LS, and he's maybe some of the setup changes they've done to their car while they've had this moment to reset for the top 8. Benny Meir leads us out this time, and it slides into one. You can see it coming on. More and more lock. The front bar's off. Well, that's just a consumable nowadays when it comes to drifting at the front and rear bar. Benny Meir will turn that car around. That's very unfortunate.
Throws it in sideways with Mitch Sanders. Man, we love to call the Colonel doing the chasing.
That RB26 S15 is so beautifully presented. I mean, I believe either it's first or second event out and making some serious power, but when you talk about power, no one comes close to that Hi-Tech Oils 350Z twin turbo LS under the bonnet, and doesn't Rob know how to use it? I mean, second event in this car, very little practice, and laying down what more gearbox audio porn.
Oh, big throw by Aaron. Oh, he's hit him. Wow, nice and aggressive from Aaron. Exactly what I want to see. Looking good. Can he get back up on Joel? Joel doing the gentleman thing, keeping the battle going. Remember, Joel has pretty much incomplete the run before.
Seems to be on it now, though. That little tap in the mud giving him the motivation. We see the pointy end of the Hi-Tech Drift All-Stars Pro Series. We will round out the famous Insurance Pro-Am.
Adrian Panaro in the lead. Flash Myth in the chase. Adrian absolutely slaying his S13 all weekend. Massive dramas on Friday. His dad fought hard. Rebuilt a diff in the pit.
Close enough in that one. Alrighty.
Clee Rickman takes out over Jory Brenkoff this time, and look at Clee go. Just drives out this time and opens up a huge gap on him, and that's going to be a massive advantage. He just needs to hold on to this one and set that killer line the judges were looking for. Jory Brenkoff tries to close it up. Don't think he's done enough, but he goes as wide as he possibly can there.
Takes all of those clipping points down there. Jory just having a few mechanical issues, I think, with this car at the moment, and you can see, yeah, the car cutting out there, and it was minor contact from the guys, but unfortunately...
Some handbrake issues. I think that was fairly evident down there at the first corner, so something to think about. Okay, Scott Shemry back on track, chasing Andrew Date.
Two wildly different cars, but both very aggressive in different styles. I mean, Andrew on that big Scando entry there, not something you'd expect from a low 200 kilowatt SR20 powered S13. I mean, he's driving the wheels off this thing, Chad.
Oh, mistake from Dayton.
It's the win in that round. Next up, Jason Ferrin will be leading out over Patrick Barley, the young gun from the Northern Territory. Jason Ferrin did well in South Australia to get on the podium in third position in round number 2. And laying down a strong run here over Patrick Barley, who's just struggling to maintain the pace. Ferrin's R31 looking very, very fast through this front sector campaign. If you're a South Australian, make a bit of noise for Dale Campaign. Number 2 qualifier, showing exactly why he's meant to be there, but Matt Harvey's sticking it to his door at the moment. This one's a battle. How close is this? Makes enough room for the transition, and the GH haulage. Onevia just can't pull away from Matt Harvey, tries to smoke him out. Harvey just lets him go for a bit and closes that proximity up on the final corner.
Thorpe Parky gets the better of him once again. Hey, Levi Clark and Shane Van Gisbergen, what a monster drift battle that one is. Just a pleasure to watch these two in action from the sky. Perfect lines, perfect angles. And in the end, they would give it to Shane Van Gisbergen.
It's a real shame because I would have loved to see Levi Clark's car drive through later on in the round. I mean, that thing's got an LS with a turbo the size of your head hanging off the sides of it.
Anyway, little less relaxing now in the chase position as they switch it in. A better entry from Ben Hodges. Matt Harvey, though, he's right there on his door, and he's going to try and close it up more. Here he comes, looking for that rear quarter panel, giving him room to switch back. Still very relaxed in that car. Look at him. Is he even trying it? He's just cruising along. But he's right in the pocket. We asked him to be there and he said no problems. I'll jump right on that pocket and chase him all the way around. What a battle all the way to the line. That's a great...
Next up, though, is going to be our number 2 qualifier, James Abbott in Nigella, the S15. And behind him, spinning off, it's Josh Collins, who stepped up in the pro category this weekend so he could stay in the fight. And that's going to be a huge advantage to James Abbott now as he just needs to sail through here in the S15. You can see him being very ginger on that throttle and clutch at the moment. The conditions, it's raining a bit heavier in some sections of the track. We can see where it's just a little bit drier in other parts as well. So
number 1 qualifier fair. Good angle, a little bit of a straighten up. Same goes for Billick. Lost all that sideways momentum as they re-engage through the crisscross.
It's really difficult to regain your composure early on in a run when something like that doesn't go your way in the chase. And you can see Billick really chasing down now, but not quite being able to fall into that emulation rhythm of Bo Yates. To be fair, it was caused by Bo just having that little straight and slow down early on, the basing up against Billick. There's that new screamer pipe out the bonnet there, popping a couple of flames out the bonnet vent. Bit of excitement there for Bo Yates as he gaps Billick there on the first turn.
Oh, it just sounds so crisp, that car. We say it time and time again. The Toyota Genuine Pass 86 is on song. Unfortunately, leaving Billick behind. The little SR is wringing its neck trying to catch up, but Bo the Show Yates putting up the smoke screen and saying, see you, Anthony, mate.
Different levers and switches and gadgets are there inside. That is race car and a half.
Let's turn them around, but just a nice aggressive entry. Plenty of speed, but Proz is there, not giving him an inch.
Perfect emulation from Proz in the chase there. All over that handbrake. Justin laying down a really nice lead lap, but unable to open up a gap over Michael Prosnick.
He's very, very shallow trying to make the proximity there through that corner. Matt Walters right on the line. Mudge has got back into the position, but again, Walters right on the line again, getting through those boxes. If you look really closely, you can see the blue boxes painted on the ground this weekend. Sydney Motorsport Park being super accommodating of drifting and really helping us to make it easier for the fans at home to watch.
And look at Sam Mudjo, he's really closed the gap up coming into this final quarter. I love the flames breathing out the bottom, but has he done enough? No, he hasn't. Matty Wald.
Premier there. This is going to be interesting to see how the judges call, Chad.
Well, it was a no advantage on that first run through. And the scorecards are in. And it's Billick who will get the nod. And he's extremely lucky to have done that given the fact that they both had that spin.
Danny Prober, though, how will he go in the lead run this time? We know he's always very strong when he takes the lead run. Comfortable out there in the XD. It's a big car and a long wheelbase to get these transitions right. And look at him, big pace into the first corner. The ACUG Falcon gets back. Nice angle, gets on the power too, puts the bake on, but the 86 is right there in the back quarter. Doesn't let him get away, and Glenn in the first couple of rounds of the High-Tech Oils Drift Series. He makes contact though, James Abbott. Just throws him off a bit, and the bar is gone off the rear of Nigella. And Brodie Mayer nothing phases him at all as he just goes door to door, pulls the car up nicely. The transition leaves him just enough room this time. He might have done enough. They've got one more corner to go. They switch back the opposite way. Oh, goes door to door, really puts it on the side of James Abbott.